The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, three friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hey there, everybody. This is Post Austin. This is Editor Austin here, welcoming you to the library. And now you might be wondering, why am I doing it this way this week instead of having me and the rest of the guys doing it like we normally do? Well, just to address some of the issues that happened here. Unfortunately, because of some serious problems that happened that were unforeseen circumstances when we were starting this episode, which it's kind of hilarious how much trouble we had just getting this whole thing arranged. So for it to finally happen and we have issues completely makes sense to me. We unfortunately had a problem where the system that we use to get this recording working for our show had to get a reboot, and then the system had an auto update. And that auto update corrupted the drivers, and the corrupted drivers caused some of the inputs to get mixed around. And so because of all that, the system that we normally use to record conversations in something like Discord was not capturing the Discord conversation. Now, the good news is that I caught that early and had a backup system that kicked on and captured the rest of the conversation. Now, the things that you're missing out on in the context are the intro conversation that we had, me shouting out everybody that I needed to shout out and shouting out our Discord and Patreon and all of that. And then our initial conversation that started everything with HaloFollower. So to explain some of the stuff that you might have missed out on in case it gets brought up in the episode, I haven't listened back to it completely just yet, but we addressed the early years of HaloFollower's career, starting all the way back whenever he was all the way in freshman year of high school doing Gmod maps called Z Wonder, and sort of digging up a whole lot of that stuff to talk about how he decided to get into content creation and how that might have reflected all the way back to now, where his proficiency with Source and the engine itself allows him to now make this much more broad scale, huge content, like the animated film that he's working on right now. So my deepest apologies. It would have been better had I suppose, been more prepared. But with all that being said, I will still go through the Patreon shout outs just because I don't want to miss out on that. I don't think that would be fair to just leave that out. So to address that, Dark Salad 42 as our one chieftain. Thank you so much. Dick Hammerbush, It's Default 456, and Mr. Shifter as our current Oni subs. At our specialists, we have Kyle Hooley, Mo Maggot Yalin, and in the Hell Jumpers, we have Connor Clark, our oldest supporter, Lactating Milk MT, and Onyx Diablo and the Lactation of Mercy, and Tom Church. With the Marines, we have Brennan Pfeiffer, Eliza, Lactating Gator, and Vermin. At our cadets, we have Austin Taylor, Damian Groth, Dragon Eye, Drew Ledbetter, Hayden Hamilton, Jacob Adlam, Pity 104, Tyler Neal, Wraith, X3chian, and in our final one, our civilian, Ungoy Food Nipple. Absolutely incredible name. Thank you so much for you guys' support. My deepest apologies once again that this episode did not come out as clean as we were hoping it to, but nevertheless, we hope you enjoyed the conversation.
I agree. I like back in the Bungie games, they felt like the experience was definitely like catered toward, like they were made just for the fans to have a good experience. And like you said, you can just like looking from like Halo right now, it just looks as if like corporate has their hands all over it. Like it's all about dollar signs rather than like the fan experience, whether it be like the campaign, the story, or the multiplayer. And like, you know, don't even get me started on the store on Halo Infinite.
Right. And I don't know all the behind the scenes. I just feel like Bungie had more of a stomach to tell Microsoft no on things.
They had a more centered vision, but
the industry was a lot different back then as well.
Yeah,
like it's not just
True.
343 now. It's like, you know, especially at the FPS genre right now, and you know, dev teams are like, it's all corporate greed. That is like Call of Duty is another big one, but that's a whole nother can of worms.
I was gonna say, I just hate constantly getting nickel and dimed after paying full price for any game these days with the state of gaming. Like it's very rare that you get a game that has no microtransactions right off rip.
Yeah. But, you know, that's all industry stuff. That's all the things that are constantly going on around us. That's the stuff that it'll happen no matter what. So for now, though, I actually wanted to take it back even farther because I brought up HaloFollower just to give you a little bit of a flashback to your past. And I wanted to know, see, I remember back whenever I had first discovered you. This is just more of a fun thing because I always wanted to know when this came about. I remember there distinctly, back on my phone, there was a HaloFollower app that was directly linked to what you're uploading on your channel. And it had like a bunch of other stuff about what's going on with Halo 4's development and stuff. Were you behind that, or was there just a really good fan that made the app?
That was like a phone app, right? Like on Android
like
store.
an actual phone
No,
app.
that wasn't me. Yeah, that was
That is wild.
I remember someone made that, and I forgot what happened with that, but yeah.
That's
I don't even know if they asked for my permission. They may have.
God.
I don't
I
know.
was just
So
like,
you
this
just
guy's
woke
up to something. I'm going to make an app. So, you know,
you just woke up one day and like, oh, there's an app for me that I did not make. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool, but kind of weird at the same time.
yeah, but still just hilarious.
No, that is funny. That's funny.
But those are the sort of the background stuff that I wanted to know. Just I was like so utterly curious, and getting it to sort of getting to hear it is something that I really, this is for me. You must understand. But for the things that really like everybody wants to know about, I know first and foremost, I want to know what came first. Okay, what came first? Was it the idea of making this new film you've got cooking up, or was it the memes that you made?
Oh yeah. What? So which came first?
Yeah, because man, that one where you remade the scene with Del Rio and Chief, it's so stupid good.
Well, yeah. So I bought the mocap suit, like I said, for my like Halo 3 film.
Yeah,
And that was why I bought it. And then I think at that time I actually don't even know the what was it? Chief versus Locke video. I'm trying to figure out when I made that. 2021. I don't know. I was already kind of making parody stuff that I haven't released yet. So
yeah,
that must have been after. Yeah, that was after I already came up with some serious stuff.
and so you think
I just decided to make a meme about it, and I actually thought it was going to get like 4,000 views, but
no, no, it did not.
I didn't know. I was actually. I don't know if you've all ever heard of Crazy Halo. He's
no,
he's the one that made. He remade, I think, Master Chief versus Metroid.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Monty
yeah.
Ohm, he remade it and made it look way better, or like updated, but it was like shot for shot. But I remember talking to him because I really wanted to help him with stuff many years ago when he first released that, and it was like super successful.
Mhm.
Halo ID or Haloid, yeah. And
Yeah.
so I wanted to help with that, and I was like, hey, you should make the Chief versus Locke. And he was like, yeah, I'm working on it. And just like the years passed, and I was like, yeah, but where is it? You know? And so I just whipped that up real quick. I think it took like 4 hours to make.
wow, man, let me cook.
That,
You know?
I mean, that thing was just. I remember seeing the comments when it first dropped because I still I keep those notifications on. But when that first dropped, I remember seeing the comments, just all of them being like, "This is what that scene should have been." All of this stuff. Where I mean, that must have been fantastic, seeing that people were such a huge fan of seeing what you were at that time. Just sort of then revealing that you had this skill.
Yeah, and it made me realize that there's this huge hole in the heart of a lot of Halo fans, and I feel like I have the means and inspiration to like kind of heal that divide, because it's also on me too. Like I'm not really happy with Halo 5 story, which is why I'm doing this huge series.
Yeah.
And I love Halo, and I'm just not happy with the story, and I have plenty of ideas for it. And like obviously, that's not the only one I made. I don't know if y'all saw the Chief versus Osiris.
I
where he,
saw that. Yep.
Yeah, beats them all up.
Yeah,
So there's so much to parody, I think, with 343's games, I guess. Like there's like Del Rio too, that moment.
Like we used to have we as in the Halo community used to have a massive parody scene for quite a while. It sort of just disappeared for a little bit there. So I'm hoping that this is sort of going to kick off a little bit more of that, because I mean, the other half of the Halo community is parody. It should be. It's just hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Did you say the machinima community?
The machinima community, the parody community, like I think they go hand in hand by this point.
Yeah.
Because there's just, I mean,
one of the biggest like Halo fan products ever is Red versus Blue, and you can just say it's essentially a parody.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
claim it. You can kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It is.
It's dead.
It's dead. It's dead.
It's there. At least there are new
don't get me wrong.
There are new machinimas being made that are popping up. Have you seen a YouTube channel called Halo Box Studios?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Boomerang. Or Crash.
Yes, I've seen that one. That one is hilarious. Yeah. So,
I mean, I've thought about making smutty animations for the lulz, you know, like where the elite has a huge ass and like sits on a Spartan's face and kills them. I don't know if I want to cross that bridge, but
what a
I think I got some funny ideas.
I mean, that was like a weird trend for a while.
It was,
like,
yeah.
I still like if I see a elite hand with a needler walking towards a Spartan, I'm always like, oh god, here we go.
Oh god, here we go.
Yeah.
But you know, obviously we're getting something very unique here with animation, because I think the last time we could say anything that we saw with animation consistently was back with Red versus Blue, and now here you are probably going to be taking the spotlight here. Since you already have it, you're probably going to keep it for quite a while with the stuff that you're putting out. With this whole thing, are you doing this by yourself, or do you have a nice small team of people that are helping you bring this to life?
Realistically, it's just me and Brendan Ray. I send him feedback every day, but as far as like the heavy lifting with all the animation is pretty much me. Like I'm directing a lot. I mean, there are days where he like might come over and we like mocap scenes together, and then he like helps me stitch things together. But
the time frame is starting to make a lot of sense.
Not
now.
really.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of people to thank. Like generally speaking, like Reclaimer Gaming, he wrote Master Chief versus Noble 6.
Okay.
Which is canon to the timeline I'm working on right now. So the prequel I wrote with Brennan Ray, like we wrote that whole thing, but Reclaimer also helped like put his thoughts into. I wish he had been more part of it, because like obviously like clearly he had done a really good job. Have y'all seen that, the Chief versus Noble 6?
I've seen
animation?
every single one of your animations.
Okay. Yeah, he wrote most of it. If you watch, he just did like a little theory video, or like a little like what if video about Noble 6 hunting down Chief.
Mm-hmm.
And like everything he said, like every sentence, I was just imagining it, and I was like, I have to animate this. And so like he actually reached out to me first too, and he was like, hey, you should animate this or something. And then we talked about it, and then I changed a couple small things and then did most of the choreography, but most of that was just some guy. He just wrote a script and then narrated the script, and that was
That's awesome.
So I have Reclaimer Gaming to thank for that, and actually setting the foundation of who Noble 6 is in this story too. So huge shout out to him for that.
That's awesome. With that whole animation, actually, I did want to ask about it specifically. 6 has a rather unique tool at his disposal in this animation, both in that one and it seems like in Ghosts of Reach as well. He has a fancy, what kind of looks like a Promethean grapple of some kind.
Sure. Yeah. It's actually kind of shown how, well, I mean, I don't think it's really a spoiler, but it's something that he obtains like on Reach.
Okay.
And yeah, it's more of like a plasma. I call it a plasma whip.
Okay.
So it's like Covenant technology. But yeah, we'll see more of that and like how that comes to be.
Good. Okay. So it's actually going to be like, it's something that's, I mean, obviously it's important. He uses it kind of frequently in that Chief versus 6 one. But it was just so stupid cool that I was hoping that we were gonna get more about when that came to be when he got that thing. So I'm happy that's gonna come back up.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of fun ideas with it.
Awesome.
It was fun. And he needed tools to like take down Chief, because like how do you take down Chief? Right?
That's true. You got 2 of the hyper lethals. And that's fantastic though. So now and going into more of the background of the production, you had set up a casting call to get all of those voice actors for your production. You had hundreds upon hundreds of entries, because as soon as people saw that HaloFollower is doing a casting call for a Halo animation, everyone just jumped at the bit for it. They were excited about it. So I gotta know, because I've done casting, I've had to do all of that stuff before, and I didn't have nearly as many entries as you did. How difficult was it to figure out who was going to voice what?
Sometimes, yeah. So I would ideally usually have Brennan over for that, and he's like a voice actor, so he kind of knows a lot better about casting than I do.
Yeah.
And it's not one of my strong suits, but it is difficult. Like, I think we were casting a new character that might be a returning character in Ghost, which I don't think people are going to expect at all. It's going to be freaking hilarious. But we were like fighting about it, like not fighting, but like we were just like really split between these two. But sometimes it's really easy. I mean, 100 people can like audition for one role, and there will only be one person that I'm like, if this person did not audition, I would have no one to cast for this audition, because like there's only one person that can like pull off roles. And I also look for like unique voices too, you know.
Yeah. The thing that sucks the most I've seen in casting is when you have that guy that has that perfect voice that you need, and their audio quality sucks.
Or no, like, yeah, I know. Sometimes it's weird, because it's like sometimes someone's voice is freaking amazing, but they can't act.
Oh,
or someone can act, but their voice is not right. And so it is definitely a balance of trying to find out what the trade-off is going to be.
Yeah.
Generally, I try to find someone that can act over, like Noble Six's current voice actor, Branderson BA. He does not sound exactly like Noble Six, but I mean, everyone's Noble Six is like different, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm sure you guys have like, maybe when you were younger, you had this own idea of who Noble Six was, because it's all about like kind of creating your own character, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not really an established character, so I'm okay with him being like sounding younger.
Sure, and
he's actually only 22 when he dies in lore. It's like 21 or 22, so he's pretty young.
Yeah, so you can play around with it, especially since you've got the alternate timeline advantage. You can just, I mean, we have the excuses to do whatever it is you got to do.
And I mean, he speaks so little words that like I don't feel like anyone's gonna be like, it doesn't sound like him saying yes sir in the firefight menu.
Trying to choose your firefight voice. That's the
yeah, true. But like he delivers so well, especially under direction. Like, oh my gosh. Some of the lines, like once, yes. Like people really love that line.
Yeah.
From the Chief. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious. As we're speaking, it would appear that Shane and Connor are watching it once again.
I've seen it a lot. Connor has not seen it,
so now we're just enjoying it while we're talking to you.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, this fight scene hard.
My biggest regret, though, and I actually haven't seen one comment on that video about it, but my biggest regret that will always pain me as like an animator, filmmaker, whatever, is that fucking watermark. I actually really resent that I put the watermark there. There is a watermark-less version on Lightfire Studios, my other YouTube channel, which is just strictly anime. So if y'all really want to rewatch it, there's different music and different lines from the voice actors too on that.
Okay.
One, so.
I mean, it really doesn't bother me.
Director's cut.
It bothers me. It bothers me so much. I wish I
From a
didn't do it.
producer standpoint, I can imagine why.
I can get why you did it.
Absolutely.
Preventing people from stealing your content. And
you know, people will. People can and will. I mean, it really, I get.
Oh no, yeah, some guy re-uploaded my. I was so annoyed by it, and I have. Oh my gosh, it's someone. I put Ghost of Reach's trailer up about 30 seconds after it went live on YouTube. I put it up on TikTok. And someone 8 hours after I uploaded it at like 7 p.m. at night, re-uploaded my trailer and it went super viral, and mine was like pathetically crawling, like doing nothing. And like the guys re-uploaded my trailer has 750,000 views, which is like over twice I have on YouTube. Thankfully, I re-uploaded mine, but like I had to learn a little bit on how to make a good TikTok. So I basically copied his format that he did on the video that copied my re-uploaded my video, and then mine went kind of viral. It got like 300,000 views, which is kind of nice.
Awesome. No, that's still very good.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, not
did
that
the guy
mad.
at least credit you?
Yeah. Oh, he did. Like put HaloFollower right up in the front.
That's good.
Okay. So that's better.
It's kind of nice. It's just like I wish my TikTok could grow more. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, it's good to get your stuff looked at, but you obviously want to be the source of where your attention's
TikTok
coming
is the
from.
place content goes to get stolen.
I'm competing with other people with my own videos,
right,
which is weird.
Wild.
At least,
I mean, Austin had a similar thing happen a few weeks back. He made remember when you made your the Elite Hershey Kiss
Oh
jingle?
yeah. Hold on. Before he I'm going to let you explain it, but before to add context, you see, my claim to fame, I guess, is I run a Instagram account called Halo Posts, and because of that account, people have known me and they steal my stuff all the time, so that's why I understand. But you may feel free to explain.
Okay, so like the traditional Hershey Kiss, Christmas commercial. Austin made a remix of it with Elites on it. Just they just keep like, and what do you got?
I just got a comment.
Yeah, basically, Austin made this meme, and it did relatively well on Instagram. And then, like, as he's talking about it, probably 15 minutes later, I open up TikTok. It is the first thing I see on my recommended on TikTok, and it did really well. I literally went in he gave you credit at least. Like it was on, like it had your.
He had no choice. My watermark is on.
Right, your watermark was on it. So I went on the TikTok comments immediately. I'm like, please go give Halo Post a follow on Instagram. Like check out his social media. He's got tons of other funny stuff. But it's just like he posted it on Instagram and it did okay. But like on TikTok, it did like extremely
big
well.
Numbers.
It did extremely well.
That's a struggle you need those watermarks in the meme world, okay? Because those are getting stolen left and right. No chance.
Yeah.
I might have it saved. I'm going to look up the number. I'm going to see if I can find the numbers for it.
Yeah, because for your animations, I can completely understand why you had to watermark it. Is that 41,000?
Oh, definitely memes.
Yeah, memes definitely.
41,000 likes.
Yeah, definitely
views
memes.
Does it have?
I think it's just my more cinematic story stuff. I'm just like, I'll take the L on it because I just want people to have like, that's why I really regret the Chief versus Noble thing.
Well, at least you have it blank somewhere for the people who really want the director's cut. It exists. And plus the people that are listening to this show, they know people, they hang out. We all know the stuff. So we'll be fine. We can spread the word.
Oh yeah.
262,000 views.
Austin's seeing the numbers that the TikTok did. It's got 262,000 views on TikTok, 41,000 likes, and on Instagram, I think it maybe got like
on Instagram. Actually, you know what?
We did this for you. We wanted him to feel your pain even harder.
Here's the problem. The meme world, like you said, is weird and different. I beat him. My on Instagram, that meme on my account has almost 400,000 views.
Whoa. How many likes?
Not many.
Okay.
But that's not what's important.
Alrighty.
But still, I actually want to know just for fun, just because this really bothered me at HCS. Which, by the way, are you planning on going to HCS this year? This coming year, 2024?
Halo World Championship.
Yeah, in Seattle.
Wait. Yeah, I went there a couple months ago.
You were in HCS?
I went to the Halo World Championship.
We're talking about
at Seattle.
Oh my gosh, you were there.
Or are those different? Why am I zoning out?
I couldn't find
which
you.
One?
I was trying to find people that
HCS.
Yeah, Halo Championship Series in Seattle. It's just
that was like that was also like Halo WC. That's what they call that, right?
Yeah.
I was there when they announced season 5. They did the AI and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So you were there. Okay. Yeah. Well, dang it.
Yeah.
Because like, here's the thing, right? So I'm pals with Installation 00 by this point, and so I kind of like seek him out and hang out with him. And sometimes that means that I get to say hi to some of the other tubers. But I walked up to some people that I knew that I figured would at least know where you're at, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't think he's here." And I'm like, "Oh man."
I was only there one day
Okay.
because I had an impulse. Like I happened to be visiting a family member in in that state, and I was like, well, when am I going to be here again? And so like I just impulsively, like one day beforehand, just decided to like get a rental, and then 343 also had given me a pass, so I was like, I might as well just go do it. So I drove up there and went back home the same day. So I was only there for a day, but I met Installation 00.
Love that guy.
I met I didn't meet nearly as many people. I met Fletch. I met Forge Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Hidden Xperia. I don't actually, I still am boggled that he was like casually talking to people playing Halo Infinite, why they were announcing AI Forge stuff. And I'm like, dude, I was like so focused on that. I wanted to go say hi to him. But I was like too focused on the AI announcement stuff.
I wanted to ask because I was so mad. All right. Because like I am expecting that absolutely nobody knows me, and I'm cool with that. I'd be fine with that. It was more that when I would talk to the YouTubers or any of these content creators or even 343 employees, I even checked with Unishack at one point, and I'm just like, okay, do you happen to know an account by the name of Halo Shitposts? And every single one of them, including Xperia, were like, oh yeah, that's you. And I was mad. But
damn.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But you know, it's fine. It's funny. It's hilarious.
That's
so
funny.
I'm chill. But anyway, back onto the animation stuff, just because there's a couple other things that I wanted to get to know about, just because I mean, first of all, like I said, this is for me. But secondly, because I'm just so stupid excited about the back end things of production. I spend more time watching behind the scenes than I do watching actual movies. So I'm very much interested.
Much respect.
I wanted to actually know, without spoiling any of the scenes or anything like that, are there any particular scenes in this upcoming film that you can remember that gave you the biggest headache in production? Would that be like in lighting, in the animation itself?
Oh God. Yeah, I'll just tell you right away. It's the opening scene.
The opening scene, really?
The very opening scene where Noble Six is on his back.
Yeah.
And you can see it, like he's on his back in the trailer. And that is actually like the opening 8 seconds. He gets stabbed he gets stabbed in the chest by an energy blade, and we're like, oh shit, what happens next? And it is just and the problem is that I actually made it in Source 1, which is just, it's almost the whole fight scene is but like Source is like, I was like, screw it, I'm gonna make the entire film in Source 2. And so there's a few scenes that are in Source 1, like maybe about 6 minutes worth. But most of that film is made in Half-Life Alyx's engine, because I was just like, I'm so done with the crashing, so done with all these things. So I just like ported like all these assets and then just started getting all the new stuff done, which looks a lot better than Source 1, mind you. But yeah, the crashing is driving me nuts on Source 1. So I don't even like working on those scenes. And then another one that's driving me nuts is the one where that the Solemn Spectre is flying over Noble Six's head. Where the rocks are flying into the... Yeah, that one's also driving me nuts. Same thing, crashing. So,
gosh. Is there any particular character that you're working with in this short film that do you think that you're hoping anyway that your audience will latch on to, that you've been putting together? Because there's a lot of original characters in here. I'm assuming that you're mostly original by this point.
Yeah, there's remixes of potentially old characters coming in, but there is actually a couple. Yeah, well, all the Oni characters are completely new to our timeline, and they are actually going to play really pivotal points in Phase 2, which is everything like Halo 5 and after. So yeah, they're really important. And the main guy talking, Goldbrass, he's definitely someone I'm really like excited about, because I think people don't like him already, but I'm actually kind of excited because like I do think people will eventually like him, and who people prefer I think is going to change with these Oni guys and how like that plays out in future episodes. So yeah, it should be interesting. But
Cool. Oh man. Okay. Well then, with that being said, I actually had only one more curiosity about it, which was
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
the elite character that we see. I would love to know more about him, because I know James wants to know more about him.
yeah, he may have already been potentially shown. Actually, you could pretty much tell if you look in the credits, you can see who he voiced. So he already is like, he's already shown his face, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And The Lost Wolves. So I don't know if y'all saw the timeline picture, but this is, so there's The Lost Wolves episode 0, which takes place like hours after Reach falls, like after Noble 6 supposedly dies. Yeah. And then there's episode 1. And then what happens between episode 1 and 2 basically is Ghost of Reach. So this is like an exact sequel to The Lost Wolves. Okay. And then next year, we also plan to push out episode 2 of The Lost Wolves, which is going to directly, at some point, Noble 6 is going to show up in The Lost Wolves.
Sweet. So, okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah. But like, that's a huge part. So like Noble 6, Ghost of Reach isn't exactly conclusive in the way that I think a lot of people are going to find fully satisfactory. But I think as far as like a character arc goes, like it is.
Yeah.
But shoot, did that answer your question?
I think it did. Yeah.
Yeah. The elite character is already in there. If you watch episode 1 or even look at the credits, it's
Cool. Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much the curiosities that I've had. Anyone here got anything that you're dying to know?
I just wanted to let you know you're the first Halo YouTuber I ever watched.
Yes. I also believe, other than like, machinimas, I believe you're also one of the first, because like
I feel like you've probably heard that a lot though.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you and Hidden Xperia like were like, especially in the Halo drought, like news, rumors, any glimmer or beacon of hope that you could shine upon the Halo community.
I feel that. I'm
like, please, man. I had both of your notifications on. I'm like, dude, I just want, like, from like 2018 to like 2020, when we're like hearing things about Infinite, but like didn't weren't getting anything concrete, like even like the smallest rumors. I had both of your guys' notifications on, just because I was like fiending for some type of Halo news, anything, speculation, hirings, firings, rumors, like any of that stuff. I had you and Hidden Xperia's like channels on lock for all that stuff, just because like we were everyone. And then I know damn well it just wasn't me. It was like the entire community. You guys were like definitely carrying pretty hard. So we appreciate that.
Yep. 100%.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Well, you're welcome. And also thank you guys for watching too.
Of course.
Yeah. You go back, I think to, okay. That's actually a curious thing, because I've asked Installation 00 and similar questions. Is it at all weird to think about in two different manners? One, growing up to the point that you've gotten now, where you started when you were in like freshman year of high school, to having people who have legitimately grown up from childhood all the way up to adults watching your content. That double whammy.
Oh yeah, it's weird. I've had a couple of people say that they were like maybe 7 or 8 years old, but now they're like 20 or 21. Because I've been doing it for like 12 and a half years now. So yeah, which is almost half my life too. Jeez. I mean, I just turned 28. So yeah, it's kind of happy birthday. Oh, thank you. Feel old.
Well, it's funny because I'm 25. So when I first found HaloFollower, I was in middle school, and that's a fun time because like at that time, you being in high school, you still had like a much like deeper voice than me. So my brain's like, this guy's probably like 26. Like, so like
under the impression that you are a lot older than us.
And like, it's just wild to think just how time works, you know?
and how my voice has pretty much stayed the same. So
yeah, it was kind of entertaining actually. I remember. So just so you know, a lot of the stuff that I found out about from the olden days was you did one episode of a fan mail series and never did it again. And
I did, yeah.
And with that first episode, you actually had mentioned something kind of something related to that. You were like, someone had commented saying it's really cool watching you go through puberty. And you were like, yeah, I guess it is, isn't it?
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't remember that, but that sounds like something I would reply to.
You like brought up how you brought up something along the lines of that you would probably be going through puberty your entire life because there are some people who are in their 40s that still have their voice cracks. So you were sold on that.
That's funny.
Now, to close us off, I mostly want to talk about sort of, I guess, not just revisiting the past, but also talking about more of the future, because judging by how this is going with HaloFollower and animation, and also people still paying attention, waiting to see the latest Halo news, at some point in the past, you had done, and I want to say it could have been considered an experiment, Destiny Follower. And then you jumped back to HaloFollower. Do you think in the future you're ever going to expand the, I guess, follower verse again? Or do you think you're going to stick with Halo for now?
Oh man. So yeah, I'm actually been crafting a lot of like my future plans this past quarter, but yeah, I think, I just revamped my Game Vola channel. If you investigated that too, geez. So yeah, but I revamped that and like just kind of branding myself as Ron ED. Mm-hmm. So I kind of have like a personal channel, and then also it's kind of littered all over HaloFollowers. So at some point I probably will just switch into like a personal kind of brand instead of like the HaloFollower brand.
Cool. Okay.
Which is scary because like HaloFollower is successful and people love Halo, and I don't want to switch to anything else, but as far as new channels go, I think I will, unless Valve starts making games, I still do have HaloFollower I might touch. And there's also Star Wars Follower, but Star Wars is like in the same spot as Halo. So I just don't really feel motivated to touch those things. But I do want to talk about GTA 6. So I probably will be covering that. Or making something. I don't know. I think animations are the future. So I'm just trying to focus on that.
Because that was the other thing I was going to ask was if YouTube is not in the cards in the future, or if you want to always keep it as a part of it. Separately from that, I wanted to know if you were going to continue to pursue a career in animation.
Yeah, I actually was offered that first Ghost of Reach trailer, the teaser trailer last year. I actually, about 2 weeks after that, I got an offer to go work on some Netflix film. Oh, but they wanted me to work way too much. And it was like good pay, but it was like they wanted me to like uproot my whole life and live in a hotel for 6 months. And I was like,
oh, hell no.
Okay.
Hell no.
How wild. Yeah.
And you'll do it for us because it's Netflix.
I think that's a good path for many people. But as long as I'm like somewhat successful on YouTube, I don't think I really want to go anywhere else. Like even if 343 hit me up and was like, hey, we want you like direct animations, I would probably say no. Because
what if the terms are right though? Like what if like you could balance YouTube pretty well and work for on a official Halo title?
I don't think I could. I mean, if I could keep working on Noble Timeline, then yeah.
Right. Easier said than done.
It depends on the money situation. If I have if I'm broke, then I would probably have.
No, absolutely. Because that's the difficulty is that we've seen that happen before. Pixel Flare GFX, he used to just do Halo commissions and fan stuff, and then 343 was like, ooh, yoink, and now he has done pretty much every single bit of their 3D art since like 2020.
Yeah, and it doesn't even feel like a whole lot, and it also kind of feels a little bit more limited. Like I know that like the stuff, like I'm even looking at some stuff right now on Halo Point that have a tab open, and it looks like it's his work, but it just kind of feels a bit muted to what he used to do. Like it was a bit like the MCC art that was really cool.
That was
like,
pretty.
I don't know if y'all saw the seasonal art.
Oh yeah, of course.
But I feel like ever since he's joined 343, he just kind of disappeared. Doesn't really make as much stuff, and it's not as extravagant as it used to be. And like his pictures used to go viral almost, right? And now they're just like kind of, you know? And so
I get you.
I think 343 taking community members is a really good thing, but I also not so sure
Yeah,
I would do it.
Maintaining your independence, maintaining your control over your own hobby, which is basically what this all started out as, makes sense.
Sure. Yeah.
So, well, I think for now, I think we're all wrapped for today. I think I think I don't have anything else that I could possibly throw at you that would be a good curveball. So I very much appreciate you coming on and talking with us today.
What were you doing on May 18th,
thank you so much.
2005?
Oh, one thing, actually, if I could throw in a subject, if y'all have a second.
Sure, yeah,
What do y'all think about the what do y'all think about the season 2 art with Master Chief Jimmy Rings having his helmet off?
Oh yeah, I saw your tweet about that.
Y'all see the controversy?
Well, okay. It's such a shame because it is a good poster conceptually, but it's just like, couldn't you just have him have the helmet on for the poster? Like, even if you're not going to do it in the actual show,
Right.
Like,
I saw a TikTok earlier today that someone photoshopped him with the helmet on, and all due respect to the actor, like it looked so much better and a lot more clean. It looked a lot better. And like you look in the comments, everyone is just going crazy. Like they need to do this.
I say they need to keep the helmet on. I do not like it coming off.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I think the way that I go about it, because unfortunately I need to be active on Twitter. I need to actually pay attention to everything. So I see a lot of takes, and I saw one half of the community, including you, Halo VFX, and I think Hidden Xperia as well, all making I think Xperia and VFX both made their own version of the poster with their helmet, with the helmet on. And basically all you guys had the same exact thing. You know, this is dumb. The helmet needs to stay on. What's the point of having it if you're going to take it off all the time? I think it's roughly what you said. And then we had the other half of the coin voicing interest in supporting it by saying that it makes sense for the Chief to take off his helmet because he's done it before. And I think the way that I land is most, like, I can understand why they say that the lore says Chief takes off his helmet all the time, but visual media says Chief doesn't take off his helmet much at all, ever. And, you know, using Combat Evolved in Halo 4 as justification for, hey, he takes off his helmet is kind of missing the point. Can he take off his helmet? Yes, he is physically capable of doing so. Thematically, does Master Chief take off his helmet? No. He's not really known for that.
I think a great example is looking at like Forward Unto Dawn.
Yeah.
Like literally they have this moment at the end of the movie where all of the other Spartans are taking off their helmet and Chief's just looking out, like just looking out at the horizon.
He's like, don't even ask. Like,
Yeah.
don't even think. And it's heavily implied, like, yes, he is not going to take his helmet off. Like, it is not how it should be. Like, he does it, you know, he has his helmet off maybe 2 times in the Halo game, but like off screen, like the start of Halo 2 has his helmet off, and the CE takes his helmet off, but like you don't see it though. That's the big kicker. And like 9 times out of 10, like most of his screen time, he's gonna have his helmet on.
And that's what bothers me is in the Halo TV show, the other Spartans of Silver Team have their helmet on more than Chief does, which tells me it is a FaceTime thing. It is. I don't want to say anything about Pablo Schreiber, but he clearly wants his FaceTime, and I think that definitely plays a role in that.
So that gives me a follow-up question. How do you feel about the Halo 4 Legendary ending then?
Me?
Yes.
I think it's okay. I mean, it's not. I never was like offended by it.
Okay.
I thought it was like it kind of played into the theme because it was like machine, you know, and all that. But like in the show, it just kind of does feel like that. Like someone was just FaceTime. You know, I don't know if the actor really has much power at all, actually, in that scenario. But I feel like the writers are looking at this from like a very kind of like Hollywood stance where it's like, we need our character to show emotion. And they don't really get that. Like Spartans do show tons of emotion. You have like in Ghost, for example, like my animation, I've thought about this a lot too. It's like, how do I deliver emotion? You have to do that through body language. You have to do that through like the theme and the music and how they react and how they talk and throughout their voice. And like Mandalorian is a really good example of how this is achieved. And like, just because I don't see the guy's face in Mandalorian doesn't mean I don't feel what he's feeling. In fact, in some ways it's like deeper because I have to interpret it and then I have to actually go within a little bit. Like just because we don't see John's face in the Halo games much doesn't mean that I don't think of him as like a, human. Yeah. Like, anyway, that's just
plus, like you got to think about it from perspective of they use the excuse that that the side that thinks that he should keep his helmet off in that specific poster says that he's keeping his helmet off because that's just a general thing you do out of respect. True. Very true. But not, it doesn't have to be that way. You don't need to follow those code of conducts.
Also, it looks like an active combat zone still.
Yeah. And so like there's the other side of the coin, which is in Halo Infinite, we have Spartan Griffin, who straight up just dies practically in Chief's arms. Chief doesn't take off his helmet and pay respects or anything. He just, damn.
Well, people also mention that he has his helmet off on a glassed reach with smoke and lava on the ground and atmosphere. Like it just seems like a really weird poster. It's very like almost fever dream, actually, if you just zoom out a little bit. Like,
yeah.
I'm just so tired of Jimmy Rings, man.
There's probably some nasty chemical soup in the air that he's just breathing in.
There's a lot of stuff that you like. If you try to use logic, if you try to use reality, you're not going to be able to do it. Because the fact of the matter is, I always go back to the Tom Clancy quote: "The difference between reality and fiction is that fiction has to make sense. And if you try to make fiction make too much sense, it makes no sense."
Yeah, well, that's how you logic bomb yourself.
Yeah. Because, it's like, why does Chief have his helmet off? Well, we have to explain it. Well, he's at a funeral thing that he's doing in the field. Is he doing it in the field in Reach? That's not a good idea to do on Reach if he's doing that right now. So it makes no sense is a good way to put it. Is it a cool poster that is well arranged and has decent depth and has a really good message to it? Yeah, I got vibes similar to the ending of Clone Wars with that arrangement of the clone helmets. I liked the Marine helmets on the rifles. Chief with his helmet off, I'm never gonna really be all right with that. But call me an old soul, I guess. Before we let you go, would you by any chance have any time for a quick quiz show with a guest?
Yeah, sure.
Dope.
Okay, I got about 10 minutes.
Okay, we can do this. We
Question a minute.
do it.
We're gonna
one question a minute.
I mean, usually it doesn't take that long.
No, not usually.
If this guy's pushing it with his ums and uhs, we're just like, all right, you're out of time.
And there's maybe 2 questions that might take a minute and a half then.
I have informed him that he's about to be dragged, so let's hope that he's ready.
I want to be as not ready as possible. I want him to not know what's going on.
As soon as he joins, just ask a question. Don't wrap him. Just ask.
Just throw it at him.
How many rounds?
I was going to say, this is kind of bothering me because I actually don't know quite all of y'all here. So there's Austin, right?
Yes, hello.
We didn't introduce ourselves. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Who's all there?
Okay, so I'm Austin.
I am James.
I'm Connor.
I am Shane.
Wait, there's 4 y'all?
Yes.
Connor's been a little lost
I've
today.
been quiet.
I thought there was only 3, but yeah.
We're trying to work Connor in as far as Halo lore. He likes Halo, but he's just a little bit behind.
Uninformed but willing to learn.
He is our audience surrogate.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes.
I've
Exactly.
watched a ton of YouTube videos years ago. I know I've watched yours, but like I said, it was years ago, but I'm catching back up on it.
He's uninformed and willing to learn.
Catch up.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the full cast that you're dealing with here. The full scale of the guys that took your time. All right, let's.
Well, I appreciate the invite, and
of course,
thank you for being here,
dude. This is fantastic. You have no idea how much of an you straight up will not understand how big of an honor it is, specifically for me. I don't care about these guys.
Wow. All right then.
I just said in a very heartfelt manner that he's the first Halo YouTuber I ever watched. Okay.
we grew up together, so we can insult each other freely.
Yes.
This is random, but y'all know Stephen Ford.
Yes, I
and
do know
his
Ford.
films.
Yeah.
He's dropping Hell Jumpers, the teaser trailer, in 2 days.
I know. I'm psyched about it. Aren't you guys? Aren't you
I
so
am.
excited? Yeah, they know about it totally. I promise.
I've seen that one. I've seen stuff of that one. Though.
Okay, it's James has seen it.
I'll have to look into it.
It's super exciting. Do you know about his buddy team, November Black?
Do I? No. Oh, yeah. November Black. Yes.
Yeah. I got friends in there. I'm excited about the fact that this year was basically like ODST live action short film time. There were so many revealed.
I know it's a good time to be interested in that.
Yeah, right.
Everyone's just like, oh, we all had the same idea, the same time. Man,
you picked good timing though. This is good time to start dropping Halo fan film stuff, because this is definitely we're getting saturated now, so everybody's watching.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, let's drag this poor soul in here and see if he's ready. Do you have that question chart that I sent you?
Oh yes. Let me.
Dope.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I will say what the correct answer is, so you don't have to worry about that. If you want to handle answering, like asking them, that's up to you. That's your call.
Oh shit. Okay. I guess. Like I thought I was, so I was just doing.
No, that's fine. We can. You got this. I believe.
I do gotta go. I don't know. Maybe on the 5th question we'll switch.
Okay, we can do that. Okay, here we go. Friend, are you here? Can you hear me? Oh no.
Oh, come on.
Oh no. Oh no.
well, this doesn't make sense. Okay, maybe he just doesn't have his mic plugged. I don't think he has his mic plugged in.
He's got to be here.
Dude,
Okay.
for real?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Now, I will do this instead. All right, we're gonna just speed run it. You are going to answer these questions, Mr. Follower.
Are you
I'm going
ready?
to wait. What?
You're going to answer these questions now. I'm going to
answer them.
You're our contestant now. You have to be. He's not here.
Jesus.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
You have to now. Here's the thing. I'll run you through the rules real quick. This is for 500 Halo Infinite credits. I know you're psyched about that. And at any point, if you want to call in a lifeline, you can ask any of us except for me and Shane to get the answer for you. You only have one of those. You can get 3 wrong. After 3, you're done.
I might be able to pass then. I actually don't know a lot of these.
Okay.
But okay.
We'll find out. This is going to be a fun little test, and then, it'll be fun. This is just a fun thing. Consider it a talk show. I'm Jimmy Fallon. All right, here we go.
This was somehow less funny.
All right. First, what are the origins of the flood? Was it the Forerunners made them on purpose? They are made of precursor dust. Humans got the flu too many times, or side effect of the Halo ring activation?
Precursor dust.
Precursor dust. He got it correct. Wow. Okay, number 2. What was the Earth called in the time of the Forerunners? Was it Earth, Charm Hakor, Ecumene, or Air de Tyrene?
Oh no.
Don't waste your lifeline.
I don't know this one.
Don't waste your lifeline.
Wait, I get 1 lifeline?
You don't waste it.
No.
I get 1 lifeline though, right?
Yes.
You do get
But
one.
I'm looking at these others. I'm just trying to figure out, do I need it now? You know what? I might. Oh, gee.
Don't use it. Don't use it. I don't know. I'm telling you right now. I don't know the answer
I'm
either.
gonna say Earth.
No, it was Air de Tyrene. Oh, close. So close. All right. Next one. How many hearts do Sangheili have? Is it at least 1, at least 2, at least 3, or at least 4?
At least 1.
There's 2. At least 2.
That's a weird way to word it, though.
That's how Halo Waypoint was a Halopedia word said. They don't say it
stupid.
specifically.
At least 2.
It's not my fault. At least 2.
Technically, at least 1 would also be correct because it is at least 1.
We'll give that to you anyway.
Yeah.
We're speeding through it.
So that's a freebie.
That's a freebie.
There's
It's a freebie.
at least one of these a week that is worded terribly, and then I go, that's worded terribly, and then we have to give them free points.
All right, next up. What is the Isodidact's original name? Is it Shadow of Sundered Star, Born Stellar Makes Eternal Lasting, First Light Weaves Living Song, or Faber of Will and Might?
I'm Born Stellar.
It's Bornsteller. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
It's Bornsteller. Yeah,
Don't second guess yourself now.
Because I thought maybe Favor, but yeah, no, Bornsteller just sounds way too familiar. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, next up. Who was 343 Guilty Spark before becoming a monitor? Was it Riser, Gamblepar, Creamt, or Chakas?
Chakas, easy.
It was Chakas. He's on a roll right now. You got this. You underestimated yourself. You got this.
I was about to say, we just discussed this last week. I knew that one.
So, next up, what role was humanity given 100,000 years ago that caused conflict with the Forerunners? Was it the Mantle of Responsibility, the Precursors, the Caretakers, or the Primordials?
The Mantle.
It was the Mantle, indeed.
Yeah, right.
I'm playing along to
honestly,
make sure
the
I know
characters
these.
kind of threw me off, though.
All right. How many rounds are in the MA5B magazine? Is it
Now
30?
this one's good.
Huh?
Well, gosh, which Halo game?
Now, if I say the Halo game, that'll give it away.
Wait a minute. How does that work?
So,
Isn't it different?
There is a different assault rifle in every Halo game. Yeah.
I know which one the MA5B is.
So, would you like to use your lifeline?
Yeah.
You want to use your lifeline?
Well, I only have one wrong answer so far, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me. No.
Okay. So is it 32, 45, 55, or 60?
60.
It's 60. Good job.
Yes. Okay. That's a Halo 1. That's the Halo 1 rifle.
That's the Halo Combat Evolved one. Yep.
Dude, that thing is beefed up, dude.
I love it.
It sounds so good, too.
It sounds amazing. I love it. We're almost here, and then we can release you. Now, who revealed Halo to the world for the first time? Was it Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Dwayne Johnson, or The Rock?
To Dwayne Johnson. Genuinely though, like those are good. I'm gonna say Steve Jobs though.
It was Steve Jobs.
Okay. I thought it could have been Bill Gates too. I don't know if there was something before that.
So Steve Jobs did the Macworld thing, and that was the first time we ever saw it. So that's how we know that it was right off rip. All right, we're almost here. Which of these vehicles does not exist in Halo? Is it the elephant, the leopard, the short sword, or the long sword?
I actually don't know the difference between leopard or short sword. Short sword kind of sounds silly a little bit. Leopard, I could see this. I'm going to say the short sword.
It was the leopard.
Oh, I thought it was the short sword too.
The short sword. No, okay, I'm going to Google that.
I'm glad you didn't lifeline me.
There's a short sword. It's wild.
That is a stupid name.
Long sword also kind of sounds kind of
that sounds like threatening.
Well, it's just a smaller version.
Like short sword sounds like I'm pantomiming stabbing him with a short sword, by the way, just so everyone knows. Like
so now we come to the final one. You don't need to do the point saver. You're going to win either way. But which Halo ring do you see in Halo 4? Is that Installation 03, Installation 04, 05, or 06?
Oh man, I actually am trying to think about this one.
You can call in your life.
Wait, I'm gonna win either way, right?
Yeah, you're gonna win either way, even if you get it wrong. You could also call in your lifeline and see if you still get it wrong.
But if I get it wrong, I still win, right?
You win no matter what.
Okay. But genuine guess, I'm gonna have to say 6.
It was Installation 03.
You should have called in your lifeline.
This lifeline would have got it wrong.
You didn't need it.
Man, so basically I got a C on that, didn't I?
Yeah. You could get a B if you want to try the point saver question.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, how much ammo is in the magazine of a Needler in Halo 4?
He's like, no.
Is it 19?
I gotta go, man.
Is it 19, 22?
That's such a bullshit question. This isn't trivia. This isn't Halo trivia.
This isn't a point saver.
Is it 19, 22, 30, or 35?
This is an ego stomper. This is.
I learned about this.
You know what though? I feel like I vaguely remember them putting like random odd numbers in the ammo count. But 19 also seems low.
A little bit, doesn't it?
Think about Halo 4 and think about picking up ammo off of jackals. and like think about what that number is, and it has to be a multiplier of like you have to be able to divide it by that number.
Yeah.
That's how I figured it out. As I randomly was like, I remember what the number in the corner of my screen in Halo 4 of a full Needler was.
Man, I'm blanking, but I guess man, I'm gonna be so mad if it's 19. I'm gonna say 30 now.
It was 22.
All right.
For some reason, the image of the Needler in the corner of my screen with 66 as like the total reserve ammo, like, is in my brain. So I was like, oh, it's 22. Like, that's all that makes sense.
You did it.
I did not remember that either.
If you genuinely want 500 credits for winning, just feel free to message me and I'll get that to you. But
that was really fun. I've had a really good fun time though.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's what we have fun on the show.
We have fun here. We like that fun here.
We have fun.
Well, and we don't want to keep you waiting if you've got stuff to do. So thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute honor, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening if you're headed out.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna head out, but just really appreciate you guys bringing me on, and yeah, I love talking about my films, but I also like connecting with people that have watched the content and stuff, and
yeah, of course,
it's really fun.
So open invitation to have you back on at some point, then, right?
yeah, of course.
You're welcome whenever.
But we'll stay connected, and it's nice meeting y'all.
Yeah,
and
nice
I'm gonna have to
too.
remember y'all's names because it's Austin, and then there's 3 more y'all because I'm
yes.
I'm
indeed.
James.
Shane.
right, Shane
And Connor.
and Connor. Cool.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
thank you guys so much.
Yep. Thank you for
course,
being
thank
here.
you, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
All right, happy
Have a good
holidays,
one.
guys.
Happy
Yep,
holidays.
happy
Happy
holidays.
Bye.
We're gonna try to get Gunny back in here.
Was it Gunny?
Hey, buddy. Turn on
You
your
failed
microphone.
me again.
Turn on your microphone.
Gunny.
Now.
So many times.
He's
What a guy.
He's actually here. His microphone's just not working.
I mean, can he answer? Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is.
Okay.
Guys, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
You're all good.
Unfortunately, you've
know
been
what happened.
disqualified.
You're all fine. You're fine. Listen,
You're
man,
okay.
you want to know how bad our technical difficulties have been through this whole thing? We were late by 30 minutes when we had to interview HaloFollower. I don't think you can screw up any farther than we have.
I know, but I was supposed to be ready, and I wasn't. I'm a fool.
It's all fine. It's all fine. Listen, here's the fun part, though. We don't have questions prepared, so you're just going to take whatever's at the top of my head.
Are you ready?
I still want to do this quiz.
So do we not want to do the same exact questions that we threw at Follower?
Because I'm assuming you heard every single question we gave, Gunny.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I
You're
was just trying to.
It's perfectly fine.
You let HaloFollower steal your thunder. How do you feel?
And now he's getting his Spartan
I
bucks.
was gonna say, that's kind of a flex. Like, hey, HaloFollower kind of answered the questions I was supposed to answer.
That is a flex, actually. HaloFollower answered my quiz.
That is kind of a flex. I won't lie.
So to I'm gonna just straight up like cheat. I'm going to pull up a Halo quiz off of the internet.
What I do before I send.
You do what?
Okay.
Now, we're just going to pull from howstuffworks.com with the ultimate Halo quiz.
The ultimate Halo quiz.
So actually, these are pretty good. These are pretty good questions. Okay. And the good news is it's not multiple choice with 4 answers. It's multiple choice with 3 answers. So it's actually a little easier now.
Oh, those are my tests.
Okay. Gunny, which by the way, I forgot to mention for the folks at home, his fun fact of the day that he wanted to bring up was that his first Halo game was Halo 5, which is not a common thing, I think.
No.
So
Congratulations.
yeah, congrats. Is Halo 5 among your favorites then? If it's your first?
Somewhat, yeah.
That's good.
Don't be scared. We're not going to chastise you if you said yes. I love Halo 5, actually. I'm probably the only one at this table who can say that out loud.
Yeah.
And mean it.
I mean, I enjoyed the
I hate
Super
the
Fiesta.
campaign. Don't get me wrong.
No, custom games carried.
Yeah,
The custom games were great.
Custom games and Super Fiestas
I had
were my love
Some of my
lives.
best Halo memories in that game. I know that's weak.
I-
I can believe that.
He?
Yeah,
Huh?
it's just my
okay.
first game.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that's.
Are you ready to try to win 500 credits in Halo Infinite?
I can try.
That's the best mentality to go about it. Just to remind you, you can have 3 incorrect questions. If you give me a 4th one, dang. You will have 1 point saver, though. Thank you to Connor for bringing that up. It's a really good idea. And then, of course, you also have a lifeline that you can call in, which is going to be, and now it's going to be Shane, James, or Connor. You can call upon any of them to answer the question for you, which will not guarantee that they get it right, but you'll at least be able to call them in. And they can work together. I'm not going to prevent them from doing that. So... kicking us off, question 1: what other game series has connections to the Halo universe? Is it Half-Life, Marathon, or Doom?
Marathon.
It's Marathon. You even got the correct answer right on the website. It tracks my correct answer.
Actually, now I think about it, I might be cheating a little bit because before you brought me in here, I did that quiz. I think we looked up the same quiz.
The same quiz? Well,
Were you studying?
You got, listen, if you're studying for the quiz, then you deserve this victory. What was the original format for a Halo, the Halo franchise? We've actually done this question before, so hopefully the research has worked. Was it real-time strategy, role-playing game, or a first-person shooter?
Real-time strategy.
It was an RTS. And then Halo Wars came out, and it's freaking awesome. What is the term for AI insanity in the Halo universe?
That'd be rampancy.
That would be rampancy, correct. All right, we only got 7 more to go, and then you're walking home. And by that, I mean leaving the call with 500 credits. Who built the Halos? Was it the Forerunners, the Precursors, or the Flood?
The Forerunners.
It was the Forerunners.
This has been Halo Kindergarten so far.
It's fine. I'm building off of whatever I can here. What is Installation 00 better known as? Is it the Artifact? Is it the Shield World? Or is it the Ark?
The Ark.
It is the Ark. Excellent. Okay, I think we're so far at 5. I've not been keeping track. Hold on. 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're on question 5 right now. I'm not asking that one. That one's way too easy. That one's also way too easy. Okay. Here we go. What type of armor was Master Chief wearing during Halo Combat Evolved? Was it Mjolnir Mark IV, Mark V, or Mark VI?
It'd be Mjolnir Mark V.
It was Mark V. That was actually a decently challenging one for anyone who gets their 5 and 6 mixed up like I do. I do all the time. James gets mad at me for it.
Because it's like, how?
It just happens. I don't know. I just
like you.
Yeah, Mr. Halo.
I don't need this.
Mr. I'm addicted to Halo.
I am, though. I am so very addicted to Halo. Okay, 4 more to go. I would think we're just going to roll with that. It's not tracking very well. What is the name of the monitor of Installation 05, the installation that you see in Halo 2? Is it 686 Ebullient Prism, 343 Guilty Spark, or 2401 Penitent Tangent?
2401 Penitent Tangent.
It was Penitent Tangent. Okay. Now, next up. The quiz ran out of questions. Give me a second.
I have to find another quiz on.
I have to find another one.
Maybe this one will be on BuzzFeed.
Oh my gosh, this is actually the worst. I'm trying to find quizzes that actually have challenging questions, and this is just not it. There's none of this. This is not happening. Okay, listen, man. This is just.
Do you have anything off the top of your head, Austin?
Off the top of my head, I have plenty off the top of my head. It's just more like you won't have multiple choice if I go off the top of my head, if that's okay with you.
What YouTuber did we interview today?
No, I don't think.
You know what? I'm open for it.
Okay.
If I go down in a bang, I go down in a bang. You know.
You got 4 questions.
I already messed up once today. I'll mess up again.
Well, you got 4 more, so this should be fine. Even if you get this next one or any of these next ones correct, you win anyway. So it's perfectly fine. It's all chill. Okay, I'm going to try my best to do this, and I'm going to try my best to not screw you up because I'm not going in with any research questions. So kicking us off, we're going to do something that's a little bit simpler. In the Forerunner trilogy, the names of the books go Halo Cryptum, Halo Primordium, and
Silentium, right?
Yeah, Halo Silentium, correct. Absolutely correct. For the next one, which book, I'm asking but specifically books because I know that you and I are good book pals. Which book do you meet for the first time quick to adjust? Or not quick to adjust, lighter than some, my bad.
That'd be Contact Harvest.
That was Contact Harvest, absolutely correct. Now, on that same note, quick to adjust is in which Halo game? Because
He's in a Halo game?
Lighter Than Some is the one from Contact Harvest, and then we have Quick to Adjust.
Wait. Oh, yeah, that's the one from ODST.
From
He's in
ODST. Yes, absolutely correct. ODST. Okay.
It took me a minute, but I got it.
Now, last but not least. This is completely subjective. Have fun with this one. Which is the truest way of life? Is it lactation or is it James?
Me.
I just missed the question and heard my name. I kind of zoned for a
I was
second.
asking which side does he take, the lactation people or you? He chose himself.
As you should.
All my other friends in that server, it's nothing personal. I just wanted my username to look professional for this.
It's let me tell you, for those who listening who have never been in this Discord server before, I have no idea what's going on. I've seen a vast number of lactation related names jump in. Today we had the composer of lactation. In general chat right now, we have the lactation sensation, the lactation of James, and then also lactating James. There's two different versions.
God.
There's also the lactating Floridian as well.
Yes, the lactating Floridian, also a recent addition. It's gotten so ridiculous, but that's just the way it is, I guess. Well, Gunny, congratulations. You have won the most informal Halo Librarians quiz show that we could ever offer to you. And you're still... You're gonna win yourself 500 credits in Halo Infinite.
Wait, did he get a single question wrong the entire time?
He got, I think, no. I don't think.
Oh my God, it's our first perfect winner.
Yeah!
The most softball questions ever, but you know.
It's a little different though because we had to look them up online.
That's why I'm saying it's still not a title that's been taken. I'm sorry, but I think
it's a good perfect.
You
game.
won, but I don't know if we can give you the perfect but game.
Maybe
especially since one of the last question was an opinion question, basically.
But it's okay. I'm still adding you to the winner circle.
He was winning regardless.
And when the winners are called back in to do the inevitable game show that we're wanting to do with them, we'll see what happens. So for now, Gunny, what do you think you're going to be using those credits on? Or are you just going to be stockpiling them?
Probably just save them. See if something interesting comes in the store. So
have a good time. Good time. Have a good time with that.
All right, you tell us in a couple months what you get.
All right.
I mean, I'll spend them right now if I have to.
Well, my friend,
but I do have. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, I was going to be ending it. You go ahead. Keep on talking.
Yeah, what do you have?
I wanted to ask you a question.
Go for it.
Douglas 042. What's that a reference to?
Oh, that is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to the universe and everything.
You got it right. Yeah.
Because 42 is the answer to the life, universe, and everything, and Douglas is the name of the writer of the book.
Yep, Douglas Adams.
I love that whole story. It's so beautiful, and I love Douglas, so it's a double whammy of love.
Double whammy.
But thank you. I need to be kept on my toes. I appreciate that.
I just realized I'm microphone one.
Yeah,
cool.
Jeez. All right. Well, Gunny, thank you so much for showing up. Nevertheless, even though there were technical difficulties on everyone's sides, you have no idea how annoying this episode was to put together.
Having me. I look forward to that ultimate quiz.
Thank you for sticking it out and still making it to this, I guess, part 2 quiz show anyway.
You too. Later.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right. You have a good rest of your evening, my friend. Later,
alligator.
So for everyone here listening at home, there's so much that went wrong with this episode, and I'm so sorry.
But we pulled through in the end.
Yeah, I hope so. And judging by how this is going, my laptop's going to crash any second now, and we'll lose everything.
I hope
we'll have to restart.
By the way, can you do that now then?
Or hit save?
Check. Yeah, we're recording.
Okay. Well, if your laptop's going to crash, should we?
No, I was just making a joke.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying it was going to happen.
I thought you meant there was an imminent crash.
No, I was knowing how things are going, we're going to have a crash soon. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be like the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you everybody for listening despite everything. I'm sorry.
It's part of the show at this point. Let's be honest.
Please join us next week. Just join us next week. We'll be better.
We need it
then.
Don't we have a Q&A?
We'll do it one next week.
We're gonna have to because we're out of time.
Sorry.
Thank you so much for everybody for listening. Next week will be a double whammy with the questions, so don't worry about it. And we will see you next time on the library.
I can't wait.
The Library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.